Welcome.
Next up, I have Drew McWeeny of 925 Orinoco Road.
Good evening, everybody. I would like to continue exactly where I left off last month. A survey elicits responses about something which is inherently a form of leverage. The surveys are then given to stakeholders to review and look at. Surveys are evidence that is used to influence and help make a decision about something, and influence is inherently a form of leverage. Surveys are one research tool that can provide us with context. The fact that this person who spoke back in April does not want and like context being provided about the superintendent's performance speaks volumes. Also, this person who spoke back in April falsely said that, quote, there were not surveys done like this for the previous superintendent. In fact, the year that I taught in Waterbury was when a survey was administered about Superintendent Kathleen Ouellette. And yes, Kevin Egan was outspoken against her as well. But instead of acknowledging this fact, this person who spoke back in April instead decides to ignore this fact to create a false reality of thinking no surveys were administered before the superintendent, all because that fact has made her uncomfortable. And she believes that if she can make non-existent facts fit her own narrative, then she's speaking the truth. And bad manners clearly has a home. Finally, this person who spoke back in April said, quote, the superintendent has said many times that her door is open, all you got to do is walk in and make a phone call. I would like to remind this person that it is very hard to walk into the superintendent's office when her own secretaries say, you need to make an appointment, and then when you do make an appointment and keep an appointment, she never shows up. It is extremely hard to make phone calls to the superintendent when no one picks up and returns phone calls. So because of this, I would like to say to this person to place the blame on the person who it should be to blame, and I'll give her a hint. It's not the taxpayer. Not the taxpayers. No taxpayer of any color, race, or background should be ignored by their superintendent. And if the superintendent is not responding to anyone, then it is very clear that she is not working hard enough for her $254,000 in fringe benefits.
Excuse me, Madam President, point of order. We really appreciate your coming here and sharing your opinions, but we would rather not listen to vitriol against a person. So please try to make your statements without all of the animosity. It's very difficult for me to listen to it. Thank you.
All right, I will go to this. I appreciate Mayor Perniewski in his efforts in looking at the situation as to the performance that has been displayed, that has been below par. I urge Mayor Perniewski to give the superintendent the bare bones, no fringe benefits, just a teacher salary, so that she can experience what it's like to do very hard work for very little pay. In the words of a song by Sting, every move you make, every smile you fake, every claim you stake, I'll be watching you. Our children in Waterbury deserve better. I urge the mayor to give a one-year contract to the superintendent, which is the nicest kind of firing that is available. And I hope that when the mayor does give a one-year contract to the superintendent, that the Board of Jobs allowing me to express what many people are feeling, that they're afraid of saying because of people in power that demonize them, that blackball them, and that are not listening. So a lot of other towns are not allowing people to, have public comments. We've seen it in Watertown. I think we've also seen it in Region 6. So at the very least, among what the discourse is in terms of the superintendent's performance, I think that on a positive note to end, our city is doing a very nice job with allowing people to give their opinions and perspectives that people might not agree with. And I do think that other towns, if they're listening to this, need to take note that even though we can disagree, and I'm sure everybody disagrees with me, and that's fine, it's a free country, but we're doing the right thing by allowing the pushback to be evident as part of the discourse. So at the very least, among my feelings about the superintendent, thank you to the Board of Education, to the city for allowing opinions of the opposite spectrum to be heard. I urge the mayor to do the right thing for the kids and to give a one-year contract and get the superintendent out of here to make everybody happy. Thank you.
Commissioner Serrano, Dorner, can you bring us back from public speaking?
Motion to return to the regular order of business.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 6, Superintendent